Grandma asked how the bakery was doing that she invested $50,000 in. We don't have a bakery. I froze with my fork halfway to my mouth. What bakery, Grandma? I asked, confused. The one Sullivan showed me the business plan for 6 months ago, Grandma said. I wrote him a check for $50,000 to be a partner. Sullivan tried to change the subject, but Grandma said he'd been sending her photos of construction progress, pictures of ovens being installed, counters being built. I said I needed to use the restroom, but really I went straight to Sullivan's office, ignoring his attempts to stop me. That's where I found a bank statement for $50,000 in an account I didn't know existed. He deposited it immediately and withdrawn in 5 separate cashier's checks, all made out to different women I'd never heard of. I googled the first name and found a Facebook page talking about taking Sullivan to court for child support with photos of a baby that looked exactly like him. When I confronted Sullivan after Grandma left, he admitted everything without even trying to lie. 5 women, 5 babies, 5 separate families he'd been hiding from me for years. He'd been living completely different lives during his supposed business trips, visiting his other children scattered across 3 states like some traveling salesman of deception. The woman in Phoenix had twin boys now 18 months old. Denver had a 2-year-old daughter. Salt Lake City had a 3-month-old son. Portland had a 14-month-old daughter. Las Vegas was currently 8 months pregnant with another boy. Each woman had met him through the same dating app where he'd claimed to be single and wealthy, some kind of entrepreneur looking for love. The $10,000 to each woman was hush money to keep them from taking him to court for child support, to keep them quiet and patient. He'd been sending them each $500 a month extra on top of that to keep them happy, which explained why we'd been living paycheck to paycheck despite his promotion last year. The business trips every month were visits to his secret families, rotating through them like a careful schedule so none would get suspicious. He showed me photos on his phone from a hidden folder labeled work projects that was actually full of his other children. Sullivan at birthday parties with cake on his face. Sullivan at Christmas morning opening presents. Sullivan in hospital rooms holding newborns wrapped in pink and blue blankets. Each woman thought he was a traveling consultant who could only visit monthly because of contracts. Some thought he was divorced, others that he was separated. One believed his wife had died in a car accident 2 years ago. The Phoenix woman owned an actual bakery, which is where he'd gotten the photos to send Grandma, and she thought he was investing in expanding her business. The Denver woman thought he was opening a wellness center and wanted her to run it. The Salt Lake City woman believed he was buying the hotel where she worked as a manager. Each had been promised a future with him, a life together once his deals went through. What happens when they don't get their money? I asked, my voice hollow. Sullivan went pale and admitted he was already 2 months behind on all the payments. The women had started talking to each other after one found another through Sullivan's tagged locations on Facebook. They'd created a group chat, sharing photos of 5 children who all looked exactly like Sullivan. Same eyes, same nose, same lying mouth. They'd figured out his real name, found our address through property records, discovered he was married to me this whole time. The Phoenix woman had found Grandma's proud Facebook post about investing in our bakery and realized where the money had actually gone. They knew about the $50,000 and thought there was more hidden away somewhere. While I'd been confronting him, Sullivan had been texting them all, telling them I was the mastermind before I could tell my side. They're all coming, Sullivan said, checking his phone with shaking hands. Right after Grandma exposed me at dinner, I messaged them all. He showed me the text he'd sent an hour ago while I was searching his office. Messages saying I'd stolen their child support money. They've been planning it for the past hour, coordinating in their group chat. He showed me where 5 women had arranged carpools from the airport, booked last-minute flights, called babysitters. They'll be here soon, he said, then smiled in a way I'd never seen before. But I won't be. He grabbed his passport and a duffel bag I hadn't noticed him pack. Outside, a minivan pulled up and I could see car seats in the back, then another car, then another. That's them now, I said, my voice shaking. I told them to come immediately, Sullivan said, heading for the back door. And I told them something else too. He paused before leaving. I said you knew about all of us the whole time, that you were the one who suggested I get money from each of them, that the bakery was your idea to scam my grandmother. 3 women were already walking up our driveway, and I could see babies in their arms. They think you're the mastermind, Sullivan said. They think you have their money hidden. He slipped out the back as the doorbell rang. Full story on the channel below.